Hey guys, welcome to applediaries.com. It's been a while. I've been focusing on things that I find really important during these times, such as food storage and preparation for a long, cold winter. So I'm going to whip off 3 videos today. That's the plan. One's going to be on the Daily Green Boost. I never did give an update on that product, and I now have it on my website at applediaries.com. So I'll be doing a quick review in the next video, and I also want to do a video on fasting. The 3 types of fasting that people consider fasting. So the dry fasting, my opinion and thoughts on that, and then the water fasting and juice fasting or feasting, so a lot of people say. So this video is called Health is Survival. I just wrote this morning. It's, sort of a spin-off from a post I wrote quite a long time ago, but it's still so relevant today that I kind of rewrote it this morning, and now I'm going to read it here. So health is survival. So other aspects to consider. Once you're on the road to health, you may also realize that you're on the road to self-preservation and survival. Good health is required for survival, and the strong survive in nature. And it will continue to do so. The convenience that we are accustomed to and the world that we once lived in not too long ago, it's changing. Now, it's not evolving, and it will continue to spiral downward as the push continues to make people believe that there is an invisible enemy out to destroy all life, healthy and the unhealthy, in order to gain more power and control and to push an agenda that does not have the best interest of the people in mind. To those who think this sounds conspiratorial and ludicrous, it is likely that you will not fare well with what is slowly taking place all around you. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. If you're not in good health, or at least in the process of working towards a healthier version of yourself, the time to do so is now, or you may be at a disadvantage with what is coming. This may sound extreme, however, we cannot deny that the social and economical occurrences around the world are unstable and unpredictable at best. If you wish to put yourself and your family in the best position possible, healing your health issues and regaining lost vitality is key, and it comes with many advantages that will be an asset in unforeseen situations that will inevitably arise. If you so much as cough these days, you're a criminal and a target, subject to tracking, tests, and the medical system and more. Eventually, over time, during the healing process, the individual will begin to feel satisfied and satiated on less food, less variety, and may develop the ability to even fast, go without food with ease for a period of time, days, some people up to weeks. Imagine this scenario. Your local grocery store did not receive the regular shipment. There may be countless reasons why. It should be obvious that this is highly likely to happen. It already has happened in many places, many states. It's happened here. So imagine the chaos, the civil unrest, the fear, the panic when the food runs out and everyone has mouths to feed. I remember a few months ago, the store shelves were emptied of toilet paper, water, and canned foods in just a few hours. The virus scare caused people to panic. The virus movies programmed a lot of people on how to act in panic. I've witnessed our local grocery store in my small town miss one shipment, and by evening, the store shelves were empty. We all rely on continuous shipments for sustenance, and the system is very fragile at best. It is time to grow a garden, fruit trees, and it's time to save seeds. Reliance on a fragile system is not a good thing. Now, most of the general public has no idea that their current diet keeps them in a continual cycle of dependency. An animal born in a cage only knows its cage and nothing of freedom. The modern diet builds internal waste accumulation and the continual suppression of that internal waste, which causes the individual to go a lifetime not realizing how unhealthy they truly are, blaming all their troubles on the outside when all along it's been their insides. When the average individual goes without food for an entire day or two, their waste begins to come into circulation for elimination, which causes the individual to feel sick, lethargic, low energy, headaches, that starving feeling, etc. And they blame this on the lack of food, thinking they are starving, not realizing that the human was designed to go without food whenever needed, and that they are simply eliminating their toxins, mucus, and acids, their internal waste, too quickly, which in some cases can be deadly. Cleaner individuals can go without food, and in some cases water, for several days. It's documented up to 42 days that I know of, without major issues. However, the average individual today, the average individual eating meat and SAD diet, standard American diet in general, cannot stand longer than a couple of days before their internal toxicity can be a danger to their life when it's released too quickly without proper knowledge. Isn't that interesting? So, the people of today have devolved into eating 3 to 5 meals daily with no digestive rest. This suppresses eliminations and the body's ability to throw off waste in the name of comfort. The worse one feels when going without food is an indication of one's internal overall health and toxicity levels. So you can easily test this on yourself and see where you're at. Healthy, clean individuals can fast a few days with ease. Of course, water is very important, and we should all have water and food storage at least 6 months on hand, especially in the cold climates and within our dwellings in case of emergencies. An economic collapse is slowly taking place. You will not hear about what's really happening with the economy and the food suppliers until it's too late. The mainstream government-sponsored media will not report these truths as they don't want to instill panic. The virus story will continue to saturate and cause misdirected fear into the minds of the trusting and the unsuspecting, the general public. When the digestive system receives a break from breaking down food from digestion, the elimination detoxification process begins. It is uncomfortable and the individual begins to feel as if they are starving. They feel the urge to eat food to suppress these wastes and these toxins from eliminating and coming into circulation. Food makes them feel better temporarily. Some people eat late at night or very early in the morning to avoid dealing with the uncomfortable feelings of elimination. The average person on a SAD diet, standard American, cannot go very long without food or drink. Death can occur after not eating for just a week. However, it is not the lack of food that causes the death. No, it's, where am I? However, it's not the lack of food. Yeah, so the kidneys become overburdened. Weakness sets in. It's the elimination of the internal toxins that come into circulation and poison the individual, so to speak. So they are suffocating on their own filth and waste. By nature, humans and almost all animals possess the ability to fast for long periods in their natural state. It is not only a defense mechanism, but our ability to heal. It's self-preservation. I've proven to myself that a relatively clean individual can fast 7 days on water only with little discomfort or issues. I did this, and I've actually fasted for 7 days on just water twice. Now, I don't recommend that for somebody just starting out, but this was after years of being on this path, and you need to be properly prepared, which is why obtaining health now is of such vital importance for what's coming. Now imagine that during these difficult economical times, every individual in poor health is scrambling for the last cans of packaged foods or chunks of meat left in the grocery store aisles. With a clean body, a healthy body, one would have the ability to fast during these times of stress or to sustain oneself with the dried fruits or even the house plants, you know. I have several plants I could eat in my house. A clean individual can eat apples for months, just apples, and that will serve to elevate their health and they'll survive. A toxic individual wouldn't be able to do this. Their elimination would just floor them. In a clean body, one has the ability to run on minimal foods, such as fruits, greens, herbs, and vegetables. Just taking a walk and foraging for wild greens, berries, roots, and shoots is enough for survival. And if food is really scarce, fasting is an asset. A clean body is an asset. Point being, we are currently living under unnatural conditions. We rely on a fragile system that wouldn't take much for issues to arise within our food supply. Actually, it is happening now behind the scenes. We think that we live in modern times and our government won't let anything happen. We think we are advanced, but don't be a fool. The Great Purge happens in cycles, and it's happening again, and good people get caught because they do not prepare, and they thought it couldn't possibly happen during these times. I am not one for doom and gloom, however, I am a realist, a truth seeker, and a fan of preparing for all possibilities. Not in fear, in cool, calm, and collective manner. Fearful people do not make rational decisions. I want to put myself in the best position possible during these times, and for that to occur, it means to obtain health, which I've been working on for the last 7 years, get as clean as possible and as healthy as possible. Health is the greatest asset that one can possess. All else is secondary. By taking our health into our own hands and working towards a healthier lifestyle and detoxifying so that we can rebuild our bodies on the correct foods, we render ourselves less dependent on a failing system. Self-sufficiency is fast becoming a must. Through healing and detoxification, we free ourselves somewhat from the systems that govern our lives. We free ourselves from allopathic care, the third leading cause of death. We free ourselves from pharmaceutical drugs, processed food dependency, reliance on animal agriculture, the dairy industry, and the egg industry, and that's just a few. Our actions, decisions, and choices have always had a ripple effect on those around us, which is positive in the case of healing and health. We've all been misled and misguided in several areas. We've all done the best we can for ourselves and for our families with the information that was afforded to us along the way. I get that. But now is the time to wake up and to see what is truly taking place all around us. Now that we finally have some of the correct information, it is time to take our health back, and after that, the rest will follow. Heal the root cause of our worldly issues. It's time to eliminate the acid mucus-forming foods, the high-protein foods, and return to a natural way of eating that is more in line with our species-specific requirements in diet. When we return to the foods that we were designed to eat, things will improve all around us gradually. I've witnessed this time and time again in other people and myself. It is time to apply the knowledge that we have acquired instead of sitting on the fence and waiting until we have major health issues to heal before getting serious, because that puts you at a major disadvantage. It is time to take our health into our own hands, time to find the strength to heal, not just for yourself, but for the future generations, because without health, life is not all that it can be. The next generations are counting on you to see through this age of misinformation and to do something about it. Health is everything. Our state of health influences our actions, our words, our thoughts, our physiology, our intentions, and our very essence. Why do you think the world is so messed up? Our collective state of health is the root cause for our current world situation. I know it sounds too simple to be true and almost absurd, but this is how I see it. And the confusion all around is caused through collective ignorance. People no longer know how to live, how to care for their bodies, or who to even trust. And we need to take our health back to the next level on a mass scale in order to survive. I wish everyone the best. Happy healing, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.